Beth, and this is MBGrayDesigns. Welcome to my channel. Today I've got a couple DIYs for you. Everything I got for the most part is from Walmart. So the first DIY we're going to do is this cute home. I don't know if I should call it a sign or what, but you can hang it up or you could set it up somewhere. Anyways, I got the letters H, M, and E from Walmart, and they're pretty good sized letters. They're like wooden, but I guess kind of wooden letters. So I'm using the Waverly chalk paint in the color white, and gonna be painting the whole letter. Yeah, the whole thing. Because when I use the other color, which you'll see in a little bit, it's called Mint Chip. It's a really beautiful mint green color, very light green color. And that's just going to be on the very top of the letters, like the face of the letters, so that the border around will be white. So you'll see that here shortly. But yeah, so I'm just going to go through. I believe I gave it 2 coats on all 3 letters with the white and with the mint chip, I believe. And that is what I'm doing now. And we'll move on here in just a moment, and you'll get to see this beautiful color of the mint chip. By the way, if I sound kind of hoarse, I apologize. I've been battling a cold, so kind of dealing with that, unfortunately. But there it is. That's that super pretty color, and I just think it's beautiful for spring. And by the way, this sign, wasn't too expensive to make. The letters, I don't remember how much they were each. I'm so sorry. But they're, in my Walmart anyways, they're where one side is kind of flowers and vases and the other side has some wood things. And that's where they were. So yeah, I'm going to go through, and at first I was going to paint the whole thing mint green and maybe kind of distressed to bring some white through. But I changed my mind because I really liked how it looked with the border around it white. I just thought that was pretty, and that it kind of made the green pop a little bit more, I guess, the mint color. This paint is called DIY Paint, and that's the name of the company. And I really like it. It's a clay-based paint. So you're going to see in the next project, I'm going to use a different color called Apothecary, and it's really pretty, and you'll see that here soon. So this is not from Walmart. These are 4 charger plates that I got at the Goodwill. I can't remember if they were 99 cents or $1.99, but either way, that's a really good price for 4. Now, you can get these at the Dollar Tree. I've seen them there a lot. They would just be, I think, $1 a piece. I don't think they come in a 2-pack, but still, that's a really good deal. So I'm just getting that little gooey sticker off the back, even though I don't paint the back, but still, I don't know, I guess. And there was some other sticker probably where it was from originally, and it really wasn't coming off. So I just go through and I make sure to clean these really, really well. No offense to the Goodwill. I love going to the Goodwill, but things get kind of dirty there and dusty and stuff. So went through and cleaned it, and marks that you see on these plates that don't come off, those are kind of etched in. They're not going to come off, but it's okay because we're going to paint over this. And that's another thing. If you do go to the Dollar Tree, whatever colors you find, it really doesn't matter if you're going to paint over it anyway. So if it's a color you don't like, it's okay. As long as you're going to be painting it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be painting these the same white from Waverly chalk paint. And you'll see that here in just a moment. And I really apologize about the lack of music in this video. I have some really pretty music, but unfortunately, when I tried to do the music on this video, I battled with it for a long time. It kept speeding up the music, so it kind of sounded like, I don't know, the Chipmunks or something singing. So I didn't think that would be pleasant for you guys to listen to. So you're going to have to listen to my horsey voice. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so I'm just going through and painting these white, and they cover really, really well. As a matter of fact, I may have only done 1 coat. I can't remember. And if so, I may have just done 1 coat and touched up a little bit because it really did cover nicely. Now I'm using this stuff. It's called Big Top, and it's a seal. It just seals everything. You could wax. You could use Mod Podge works just fine. There's other types of sealers, polyacrylic, whatever you like to use. But I think it's really important to make sure to seal your pieces, especially when you're using chalk paint or clay-based paint, because that can scratch so easily and everything. And you want to be able to dust this stuff and, So after I did that, and by the way, Big Top, that's also from DIY Paint Company. So now I'm using hot glue, but I will let you know that I ended up having to go back and use a little bit stronger glue. I think I used Gorilla Glue. And I'm using Gorilla Glue hot glue sticks, but one of the letters did fall off. So, it may work for you, but no big deal. Just use a little bit stronger glue if you need to. Now, there's a crack on that plate, one of those plates, and I just went with it. You really couldn't tell, so I didn't worry too much about it. So I'm just hot gluing the H, M, and E on for home, and then the O, you guessed it, is going to be a pretty wreath. Now, I got this wreath. Where did I get this wreath from? This one, I think, came from Amazon. I did pick up some wreaths from Walmart that are also grapevine wreaths that are much larger, that I'll be doing a future project with. But this one came, I want to say I got it off Amazon, but I know Dollar Tree has some really pretty ones now too. They're kind of like the bamboo ones, but you could do any type of wreath. Even if you did the wire kind, you could put florals around it, what have you. Now, these flowers from Walmart, I really did like. I don't remember the name of them, but they're so beautiful. And most of them had these bigger flowers on them. And at first I thought I would just do part of the wreath and then put a bow, but I ended up deciding to do the full wreath because I had enough flowers. And then after that, there were enough of the little baby ones, because there were some that were smaller, like not bloomed all the way, left over after I put all the bigger ones on the wreath. And so I ended up incorporating those in my project as well. So there's the wreath. I think it turned out really pretty. It's just simple, but I really like it. And then I thought, well, with these little baby flowers, I want to include those, because I kind of thought that the H, M, and E it was just a little plain. It's still pretty, but I thought it was a little plain. So I went ahead and I messed around for a very long time trying to figure out where I would place these, what greenery to use. And so I kind of played around for a while, and I ended up using the flower and then some, you'll see here, the green leaves, not the yellow part. I just kind of cut those up and just used a little bit of greenery and the flower, and I believe I put them at the top right corner on each letter. That's what I ended up doing, although I think they would look cute anywhere on it. It looks so pretty. Now, while I'm doing this, I do want to thank everybody for stopping by, and I want to thank my existing subscribers so very much for continually supporting my channel. It really does mean the world to me. And if you are new, I hope you would consider subscribing. I would love to have you. I do a lot of different art type projects. So I do a lot of home decor DIY, sometimes painting furniture, which some of those will be posted when I get them done. I also do a lot of paper crafting and some crocheting. So if you're interested in those kinds of things, I really would love it if you would consider joining my family. And there is the picture. I hung them like in a box shape. There's kind of an angle view of the M, just to give you an idea of what the letter looks like. And then there is the wreath. I did fix that flower towards the left top. It was kind of crooked. All right, moving on to the next DIY. So these vases are amazing. They're $2.97. So I know it's a little bit more in Dollar Tree, but they're thick. They're super heavy duty. Honestly, I can't believe they're only $2.97. You would think they would cost a lot more. And again, those are over by where you find the glass stuff like other vases and wreath forms and things like that. That's where I found them anyway. And I have used these in the past on other projects. I absolutely love them. For some reason, I lost the footage, but I did use DIY paint again, and the color is called Apothecary. And I'm sorry that I lost the footage, but all it was me painting the outside of this vase, and I gave it, I believe, 2 coats. And then I just went around with sandpaper and distressed a little bit. I love that look when you get it's just with glass, but I like the look it gives. It's kind of a dark color, but even though it's glass, I don't know how to explain that, but I really like it. And so, yeah, I'm just going around distressing, and you'll see on this one when I put the big top is what it's called, I believe, top coat or whatever on it. It darkens it up, which it turns really beautiful. And so it really kind of shows what the color is going to look like. It's interesting when you paint with this paint, it dries a lot lighter. And while it's dry like that, before you seal it, let's say you're doing a piece of furniture or something, you can spray it with water, and you could use like a putty knife, and it'll act as clay. It's so interesting. It's really kind of cool to work with. So anyways, I do sand pretty well because I also like to smooth out any brush strokes that I have. So I do a lot of that, and then of course the distressing. But what I was saying is then when you go and you put the top coat on, it deepens that color, and it stays the deepened color after the top coat dries. It's so pretty. You'll see here in just a moment. So here it is. It's called Big Top. That's the name of the kind that I'm using. But again, you could even use Mod Podge. Would work absolutely fine. Maybe even watered down Mod Podge. But because this stuff is super, super thin, and a little goes a long way with it. But you'll see when I start to apply it, you'll see this pretty, pretty color that comes through. I'm just kind of wiping off that dust there. And there you go. It deepens it up. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And again, this glass is just, it's a heavy, heavy piece. It's so beautiful. So I go through and I seal that. And I want to say I know for sure I did 2 coats, but I may have even done 3 coats on it. I can't remember. You can spray it and wipe it down. It's sealed. It's in good shape. So look at that beautiful color, and that's called Apothecary again. So then I just took some flowers and, filled it up, and you'll see there's another one I did. That was with the mint chip, which I thought was really, really pretty. So here, you'll see I'm just, look at that. I don't know. I just love it so much. I know it's just a little vase. But I put a little bit of foam in, and then these flowers I got from Walmart as well. I believe those were from Walmart. If they weren't from Walmart, they were Dollar Tree, but I can't remember. I think, yeah, they're Walmart. They're little, are those called peonies? I don't know. I'm really bad with the names of flowers. I just like them all. So I cut them down and fiddle a little bit. And then what I want to do is fill this up. It's a very short, it's a short vase. And I like that look when the flowers are short and just kind of barely over the top of the vase. So you'll see I'm kind of figuring out what length I want to cut these at. And when I do this, a lot of times I'll cut them pretty much the same length. There might be a couple in the middle that are just slightly a little bit longer stem. So it's kind of a little bit of a rounded look, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's just how I do it. But, you could put succulents. You could put anything in here. It'd be so pretty. You could use it not as a vase. You could use it for something else. So, yeah, just really versatile. And again, I personally think it's a good price for this vase just because of the quality of it. So I can't remember how many I use, but I use quite a few and just stick them in there. Super easy project, just painting and filling it up with flowers or whatever it is you'd like to fill it up with. So in the pictures that'll be coming up here in a moment, you're going to see this first one, which is the color Apothecary. Then I do have a picture showing both the mint chip colored one and the Apothecary, just so you can kind of see the difference side by side. There's, they're different colors, but they look good, I think. So yeah, this DIY again was super simple and quick. And so was the first one. The home one didn't take that long either. especially with that wreath, since I didn't really do a bunch of fancy stuff. I meant to tell you when I was putting those flowers in the wreath, I just wrapped the stem around. I didn't even have to use hot glue on that one. So yeah, so there it is. I really hope you guys got some inspiration, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was so much fun to do, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to share it with you. And again, I'm sorry there's no music on this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.